don't. So, we live, I believe. We live right now. Because the thing is, YouTube is weird. It tells you that like it's receiving your content, and usually I think that like you're not live until it says, okay, now you're live. But it actually starts receiving your content as soon as it says that it's receiving your content. So what's up, dudes? My name is BigRedNY. Welcome to a real quick Q&A stream because I know you guys want some info. You're clamoring for that information for WWE 2K18. And me and my man, you see, wait, hold on. I got to use the right finger here. The man in the top right over here, Deep Boys. We were fortunate enough to go to the 2K event on Friday. Had the hands-on opportunity to play the game. So we played it. We got some information. We want to come back and give you guys your first impressions. So, with that being said, we're just going to run down what we saw. And then I'm going to take some questions from you guys. And if we have the answers to them, we'll answer them to the best of our ability. And if not, then we'll tell you we can't. But we're going to give you as much information as possible. Boys, introduce yourself, man. What's good?
What's going on? Deep Boys. Most of you guys already know me. Some of you don't. I'm the Prime Minister of Post-Production. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. So, yeah, you know.
Bad. You sound like a John Cena song right now. Hey. Anyway, guys, let me know if you can hear Boys clearly. Because we're kind of doing like a live via satellite thing like The Rock over here during the shoot with John Cena. So let me know if you can hear him clearly. All right. But what's going on, everybody? The trip was okay. It wasn't much of a trip. Because fortunately, Boys and I, we live pretty close to where it went down anyway. So it's literally just like a 15-minute train ride from where we were. So the trip was fine. I mean, the event itself, just to talk about the event itself for a second, was baller as hell. It was cool.
Yeah, it was like a party. Like I didn't expect that it was going to be a party, and there were a lot of 2K people there that they were just kind of dressed as if they were going to a party because your boy DJ Snoopadelio
it's DJ Snoopadelic.
Oh,
but we call him Snoopadilio, okay? Because that's what his logo looks like. It looked like DJ Snoopadilio. But he held it down at the end of the freaking event right there. But it was cool, man. Those like wrestlers just mingling left and right. We got to see, you know, I think the best part of the event was when we got in there and they started doing the live Cheap Heat podcast with Seth Rollins, Ambrose, Sheamus, and Cesaro, or your boy Peter Rosenberg asking the questions at the beginning of the event. Because we just kind of like walked out from playing the game. We looked at stage, oh, look, everyone's on stage. And literally as soon as we got there, they started throwing chairs at each other. So we were ducking left and right over here trying to avoid getting hit by splinters. But it was cool to see that up front, up close in person. I wish they would have done more of that stuff on TV, man.
Throwing chairs. Someone had a pitcher of water out of nowhere. Everyone was spraying water.
Yeah, I think that was Cesaro. He just pulled a ball of water out of his ass and started spraying it all over Rollins and everything.
Dean Ambrose almost single-handedly ended his own career.
Yes, that was scary. That was scary because he fell off the stage. I don't know if they showed down the video, but Dean Ambrose fell off the stage at one point. And I thought he was going to break his knee or something like Seth Rollins, but he was all right. He was good. So that was cool. But you know what? The game itself, WWE 2K18, I know there's a lot of first impressions videos going out there, and there's like B-roll footage going around right now. People are looking at it and saying, damn, it looks kind of bad. And have you seen the footage yet, boys?
No, I haven't, honestly.
Like, you know what? I'm going to play it in the background while we talk right here. The B-roll footage. But it's strange. It's a little bit weird. Yeah.
Is anything like what we saw?
It's kind of like what we saw, except the problem with the footage that's being released on people's channels is that it's washed out. Like the colors are really washed out in this footage, and people are like, damn, you know, like the entrance for Seth Rollins and the entrance for Sanity and all that they released last week, it looked great. But when people are watching this gameplay footage, it's like, what happened to the contrast in the colors? And I'm here to tell you that the footage that we saw, not the footage, but the game that we played, the demo that we played, it looked a hell of a lot better than the videos they released over the weekend for us to use for our channels.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not fully rendered.
Yeah, it looks like the shaders aren't like in action or anything like that.
Yeah, that was not at all what we saw when we were playing. Like it looked really, really nice.
It looked really, really nice. I even mentioned at one point, because we were walking around and like there was a bunch of shadows being cast everywhere. I'm like, yo, these shadows aren't realistic at all because there's like 300 lights in the WWE arena. But for artistic purpose, it looks really good. And that's what we saw when we got to play the game. The rendering was on point. The shadows were on point. Everything was like dark and almost broody in a good way. It looked better than the footage that you guys are seeing right now and that what they put out. I don't know why they put out this footage as the B-roll footage, But I'll like just to quell the fears a little bit. The game looked a lot better, graphics wise and shader wise, than the footage you've been seeing the last couple of days. I'll just say that up front.
Yeah, I mean, what's tough about all this and what we don't even know is they're always like different builds. You don't know if this is footage from like months ago. We don't know if what we played was from months ago. Like we don't know how close what we played is to what's going to be released. And it seems this definitely, again, this is not in terms of looks, isn't what we actually had our hands on with the other day. Yeah.
Now, just to give a rundown of what we were actually able to play, so you guys could like kind of guide your questions based on that. We were able to play 3 different matches. One-on-one match. We got to play the Elimination Chamber, and we got to play the 10-man Royal Rumble. And there was 10 characters available for the game. It was Bobby Roode. It was Seth Rollins. By the way, correct me if I missed one. It was Eric Young. It was John Cena. It was Randy Orton. It was Baron Corbin. That's 6 right there. AJ Styles. Neville. And I'm missing 2.
No, not Jinder.
No. It wasn't Jinder Mahal. Oh, TJ Perkins was number 9. And I'm missing one more. I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
Good question. I'm trying to think of
who the hell am I missing.
There's definitely another person there.
Yeah, there was one more who I can't remember right now because they didn't let us take video and they let us take notes, but I didn't bring like a notebook with me, so it happens. You know, I missed one.
Yeah, we couldn't record or any video audio when we were in there.
Yes. Oh, and Seth Rollins. Did I say Seth Rollins? He's a cover boy. I don't think I said Seth Rollins. But anyway, those are the 10 guys that we were able to play as. So just to start with the one-on-one match, because there were some problems with the multi-man matches. One-on-one, boys, I don't know how you felt, but the game felt pretty damn good.
Yeah. I mean, it's they're continuing kind of what was good from the last one in terms of the in-ring action.
Oh, Samoa Joe's the last one. There you go.
Samoa Joe, yeah.
Thank you.
The way the game handles is fantastic, and they added a few extra things that are pretty interesting. Like you could, I guess, hold people when you pick them up.
Yeah. The new, well, they call them the new pickup mechanic, but that feature was actually back in like WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2007. Nice. Like they had those interactive features where you could walk people around and slam them. You could like use the right stick to hit their head into the turnbuckle and stuff. So they're kind of bringing that back now. But yeah, they had the carry mechanic, which was new.
Yeah, and I think you noticed that the action was a little faster.
Yeah. Because like 2K15 was when they switched to like the 2K engine, and it got slower than 2K14, right? WWE 2K16 got a little faster. 2K17 got even faster and was really responsive. And this year, from what we played, when the game was running right, it was responsive as hell. There was new cell animations that like the people wouldn't just fall and then like stay on the floor for 8 minutes and get back up. There was new cell animations where they would fall and like turn over and get back up right away and things like that. So the flow of the actual one-on-one match was pretty damn good. And the animations, they connected nicely. The punches were coming out super fast, so striking was like really quick. Grapples were really quick. It felt pretty responsive for what we played, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also, I guess the first thing that kind of caught our attention, not just the graphics, but the presentation for like the entrances.
Yeah. Oh, well, the lighting is on point, man.
Yeah.
Just to put it that way, the lighting is on point. And we got new announcers. You had Corey Cole and Byron in the booth.
All right.
We can't really tell you much about the announcing because there was loud music the whole time, and there was like 25 screens in the same room and everyone playing the game and yelling and stuff. So you couldn't really hear much, and the headphones were all weird and everything. So we can't tell you much about the announcing, but everything else, one-on-one, it just felt good. Yeah.
Totally agree. I mean, it's in terms of the in-game play, or the gameplay when you're actually in the ring, it's not going to disappoint.
Yeah, and the player models look pretty damn good too. I think you were the one that was like really marveling at Seth Rollins' abs and things like that. You were looking at, I saw you infatuated like I'm infatuated with Finn Balor's abs.
Listen, man, there was sweat. The new sweat physics.
I know, they look nice.
CrossFit abs.
I ain't hating on you for it. You know what I mean? And one thing I noticed that John Cena in the game, my man has a jawline that's absolutely brolic. I think I told you at the event, John Cena. You guys will see it when they release his entrance. You can literally paint him purple, and he could be Thanos in the Avengers without any CGI. Yeah. You don't even need Josh Brolin no CGI. You can just have John Cena paint him purple. He's Thanos right there. His freaking jawline was brolic as hell right there. So, but he looked good. Eric Young looked good. Bobby Roode's entrance. Speaking of presentation, they went the whole 9 yards with Bobby Roode's entrance.
They gave him the Roomba and everything.
Yeah, he was spinning around on that Roomba like crazy. That entrance ramp has never been cleaner. It was going right, and it's a full like 10-minute entrance too. Like my man was spinning on the Roomba as slow as possible. He made like 2 full revolutions. He did the thing where he pointed at the Titantron and things like that. Bobby Roode's entrance is in full and it's absolutely glorious. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the drag and carry mechanic. If you're being drag and carry, you have to basically do like the Mario Party, just mashing the circle button.
Yeah, that's the new thing. They changed the drag and carry mechanic to, I guess, kind of coincide it with the new carry mechanic. Period. Mm-hmm. So like you know how in the old games when you could pick someone up, grab them, and then hold the right trigger and sometimes right trigger and left trigger depending on the game, and you could just walk them around wherever you need to go. And this one you can still do that. But the animation looks better. Doesn't look like you're just like leading like a sick dude down the street or something. Like your boy's drunk, you're trying to get him home safely. Don't look like that anymore. Now it looks like you're actually like maneuvering him around, and they have a chance, your opponent, while you're dragging them, they can tap O as fast as possible to break away from the dragging or break away from the carry and get out of it and then catch you in a compromising position. So you got to kind of pick and choose when you use the dragging mechanic when you want to. So I thought that was cool. I thought that it was cool that they gave you a way to fight out of it.
And I think you can transition into drag and carry from like a counter.
Yeah.
Like was a strong counter, I think? Right?
Yeah. Sometimes strong counters, like say if someone goes for a Hurricane Rana and you do the strong counter while they're on your shoulders right before they do, you know, like the actual head scissors, you reverse it and you could wind up in the carry situation where you're in the power bomb position and you could run and hit him with a buckle bomb if you have that ability, or you could switch positions from the carry. I think at some point, something that made us pop a little bit was you were John Cena and I was AJ Styles, and I went to do like a crossbody to you and you caught me, and that put you in the carry position. I don't know if you remember this, but that put you in the carry position where you could do like the fall away slam, like just throw me over your head, and you flicked the right stick up and you actually threw me up into the power bomb position and just slammed my ass in the middle of the ring, and that made us go like, oh, you can hit throughout the whole place. That looked absolutely sick. The animations, how you can change the carry positions and everything like that. And now everyone can't do carry stuff. It needs to be an ability. Like Seth Rollins has the ability for a buckle bomb. Not everyone has that ability.
And that reminds me, they added the weight class this year.
Yes. So that changed the way the game played a little bit too, because I'm not sure if it was in last year, but they definitely have it this year. We have heavyweight, light heavyweight, super heavyweight, cruiserweight, and I don't know if they have anything in between or other than that. But for some reason, Seth Rollins was a light heavyweight.
AJ Styles was a light heavyweight.
AJ Styles, I mean, I can understand AJ Styles is a light heavyweight because he's like a 205. He's like 205, 210 maybe.
They did my man dirty,
a good 230. They did do AJ Styles dirty. They did do him dirty a little bit because he's only an 89 overall, man. I mean, trust. We know this isn't final. The game is still, it has 2 months before it comes out. But AJ was rocking an 89 while Seth had like a 92. John Cena was at like a 91, 92. I think Baron Corbin was at like an 87 or something like that. He was way too close to AJ Styles for my comfort in terms of overall stats. But yeah.
I think you can do buckle bombs at the barricade. I'm pretty sure you can.
I think you can. We didn't get a chance to do it. We didn't do it when we were playing. But I won't say that you can't. But I'm not sure if you can. You know what I mean?
We were too busy trying to set up, because there's a certain way to do the buckle bomb inside the ring. You have to be in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
We just kept trying to practice that. And we finally got it going, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Is there new pin combos? There are new pin combos. There's a new, I think the Phenomenal Forum had a pin combo. I'm not 100% sure on that. Seth Rollins has his new finisher in the game, the Kingslayer, that whack-ass V-trigger knee that he uses that needs some more impact. That was his new finisher in the game, and it has a pin combo for it. And Eric Young did have his wheelbarrow neck breaker. He did have. So someone asked that in the chat. He did have that, absolutely. And trying to think if there was anything else. There was a top rope RKO animation. I can't remember if it's a new animation though. I think it is. I think it's a new animation. But it looked good. Either way, the RKO always looks good, but it looked fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, I guess when we start talking about like the Rumble,
Yeah.
they kind of changed the mini games.
Yeah, we'll get to the Rumble in a second because I see a lot of people asking about it.
Yeah.
But just back to the one-on-one. Now the game ran fine in one-on-one matches. It was nice and speedy. That isn't true for the other matches. But like I said, it was a demo build, so they told us that will be fixed. Obviously, we'll see if that actually happens. But also, the game is early, so it was kind of buggy at places. This didn't happen to us, but we were watching. Someone next to us was doing Neville versus Baron Corbin. I don't know if you remember this, boys. But at one point, they were fighting in the crowd, like in the top left.
Oh,
and then Neville stayed in the crowd. Baron Corbin got back in the ring, and the dude was waiting for him. He was doing like the come here animation. And then Neville went to jump over the barricade and then walk back into the ring. But when he ran at the barricade, like the corner there, instead of jumping over the barricade, my man did a straight up Superman, 2 fists out with his cape flying in the breeze and flew straight into the damn ring like the superhero that he is. And that was a glitch, obviously. But I wish they left that in the game because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they left that in there.
We had a few glitches.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one in particular that I had when we were doing the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And I turned into Splat for like a second.
Oh yeah. You look like you got knocked out on Family Guy or something when your arm was like all the way back here and your neck was all cranked.
I was all up on the cage, just kind of just stuck, and I couldn't do
it. It looked like there was a vacuum outside the cage trying to suck you out, and you contort your body to fit through the links over there.
And they also had to kind of tighten up the rope physics.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, for me, it was kind of funny.
It was.
I do think they're going to have to tighten it up when the game comes out.
Because you could do like a suplex next to the ropes, and literally all 3 ropes would collapse under the weight of you, and then bounce back up. It looked pretty funny, but yeah, that'll probably change by the time the game comes out. But yeah, Neville was Evil Neville, complete with theme and everything. He had his pyro, he had his Titan shine. It was Evil Neville, the king of the cruiserweights, through and through. So people asking about that, it was Evil Neville. It was. Now, to the multi-man matches, right? The Royal Rumble, first and foremost. Let's talk about that one, because a lot of people are asking about the Royal Rumble. Now, the new thing this year is that there's 8 men in the ring at the same time. But with the way the Royal Rumble was in the demo we played, it's going to be rare when you have 8 men in the ring at the same time. Because the eliminations are easy as all hell. And I hated it. I didn't like it. I don't know if you remember that, man.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I got eliminated. Like, I don't know. I mean, we tried it once, so I don't know exactly how the mechanics work, how they changed it up. But, you know, in all games that I can remember, you have to have, like, a finisher. Like, to really just kind of pick somebody up and just throw them off. Yeah. Like, I got thrown off. Like, it was just a regular move, and, like, Baron Corbin picked me up and just kind of, like, threw me over the ropes. I don't know if he had a finisher. I don't know what was going on. Yeah. I don't know if it's, like, a weight class change or something. But it is a lot easier to just kind of take people out. I
can tell you it's not a weight class change. It's nothing like that. I actually had a chance to go back and play it again with the man Macho T. By the way, subscribe to his channel if you haven't. He's doing fantastic work on new news coming out of the events and everything. But I had a chance to go and play it while he like took notes. So I was just playing against the computer in the Royal Rumble. The eliminations, there's like, for one, when you do the normal elimination, you know how like back in 2K16, 2K15, and all the way back to like 2K14 and 13, you throw them against the ropes, you hit A to grapple, and then you do that little mini game, which is like a quick time event. Where it looks like they're humping each other over here. They're like that, and like they're trying to get each other out. And like first one to press X, first one to press A, but it's just pressing one button. First one to press and wins, right? Yeah. Now it's all button mashing. So A will come up, and you just gotta tap it as fast as possible. Then it'll switch to B. Got to tap it as fast as possible, and it's just like a slider going back and forth. And if you get it all the way to the end, you eliminate him, or if he gets it all the way to his end, he breaks out of it. I don't like button mashing in those situations. I don't know. Like when I was like 15 and hyperactive, I love me some button mashing because I could do it man fast. But now I'm old and just hate life. I don't need button mashing anymore. Like I got enough problems. I don't need a button mash too. Yeah. So I didn't necessarily enjoy that one.
But the Rumble is not facing the entrance.
No, yeah. Someone asking, the Royal Rumble entrance cam is not in. I hoped it was. I pleaded to them. I told them at the event, please, in the Royal Rumble, turn the camera 90 degrees. Let us see the entrance so we can see who the hell is running into the damn ring. And it's not happening, man. It's not happening. It's still the hard cam. I was disappointed, but hey, it happens, man. It happens. But yeah, no, the eliminations are mad easy. And like you said, you don't need a finisher to eliminate people anymore. If people get... I thought it was like if people get into the red health, you could just throw them out of the ring. But I was TJP, and Baron Corbin was down in his health, so like he had like a full red bar and like half a yellow bar. So he was like halfway through tier 2, right? So not even like super hurt. I grabbed him, gave him a regular Irish whip next to the ropes, and he flew right out of the ring without grabbing in. He just flew right out without grabbing anything. So if you're like any bit damaged in this damn game, in the Royal Rumble, you getting thrown out one way or another. It's going to be mad hard if they don't change it to win from number 1 all the way to number 30. Because if you're hurt, if they just Irish whip you too close to the ropes, you're flying out. If you skin the cat, right? If you do the skin the cat thing, which is where you flip over the rope and then like they hold on and they're hanging there. Someone now can come over, because back in the day when they skinned the cat and they're holding on, it was just an animation and then you like flip back into the ring. Now, if you're doing that, someone could come over and knee you in the back of the head, and you'll get eliminated immediately. Even if you have full health, you get eliminated. So if you get touched anywhere near the damn ropes, you get eliminated. They could do the carry move, like if someone has a carry move like John Cena, he could pick you up, carry you over to the ropes, just throw you straight over. The Royal Rumble eliminations are mad easy, mad easy, and that's what you were seeing, I think.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to kind of tweak the way you play the Royal Rumbles. I mean, you got to be careful how you how you play.
You really have to tweak them a lot, yeah.
And Royal Rumbles are gonna go a lot quicker now.
Hell yeah! They used to be like 45 minutes. If the eliminations are this easy still, it's gonna be like 15 minutes and you're done. At this rate, it's crazy, especially with 8 men in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
Sure, but yeah, and also in the multi-man matches in general, the slowdown was astronomical. And I know they like I said, they said it's a demo build, and then actually in the footage that they've released over the weekend, they're doing a Royal Rumble and an Elimination Chamber. There's no slowdown in that footage that they released, so I don't know if they've already kind of weeded it out, or if there was just something like weird with the build that we were playing at the event. But apparently the slowdown is not normal. It's not going to be in the regular game. It was just in the version that we were playing, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I remember you were bothered by that a little bit. Because at some point, like, we were playing the game in super slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, it was,
yeah. I mean, it was nice to see, I guess, things. You could see things better.
We could see the animations, man, clear because of the slow-mo, so that was cool. That was fantastic. Like, the game was going slow enough that you could see every single frame of animation. And believe me, the new animations, there was a new super kick in the game. They have that DLC Phenomenal Forearm that they released as part of the moves pack in last year's game. That was new. All that stuff looked absolutely fantastic, the new animations. And, like, there's a new Buckle Bomb with the carry stuff. All that stuff looked great. So, I guess the slow-mo let us see that. But it was still kind of hard to play the Elimination Chamber in the Royal Rumble because it was just going so damn slow. So.
And I don't know if this was a glitch or maybe it was just, I don't know, a breathing maneuver like they have in Fire Pro. But you remember when you had that, was it Neville on the corner?
Oh, yeah.
And then you like laid up on top of him.
I went to do a running move to, I forgot who was in the corner. I was playing as Neville. I threw him in the corner. I went to do a running move to him. And I don't know if it just didn't read my button input, if I didn't press it fast enough. But I just like took a nap on his chest. And I guess it felt good because I stayed there for like a good 2 minutes before the game actually let me get back in. But it looked funny. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I'm guessing that's the setup for like the 2-man finishers and things like that. But yeah, like it's an early version that still got a lot of kinks to iron out. But the base gameplay was really, really, really good. Now a lot of people are asking about the Elimination Chamber. That was actually the first match we played. Yes. The Elimination Chamber. And let me tell you, presentation-wise, I love the Elimination Chamber again. I love it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, all the way the entrances change, given that they're coming into the chamber.
Yeah.
Like John Cena's entrance changed. He would come in and he stared up at the whole chamber and everything, like he would, I guess, in real life.
Yeah. That was one of the
super dope.
That's one of the questions we have here. Does everyone have an Elimination Chamber entrance? Well, I mean, we didn't see everyone, but a bunch of the people in the game that we got to play did have like somewhat specific animations for the Elimination Chamber entrance. Like John Cena was the one that you could see, because he does the same thing when he gets in the ring all the time. He does the thing where he bounces off the ropes and he does the salute and all that crap. He did that when he got into the Elimination Chamber. So, I mean, one of my pet peeves in the old games is that there was no entrances for the Elimination Chamber, period. So the fact that it's in the game at all makes me happy. And the way they worked was cool. So what happens is people come in, they do the regular entrance. Like AJ Styles does his flipping the hood thing, you know, sticking his arms out. Cena does the talking to the camera. And all that good stuff. Bobby Roode spins on the Roomba. It's all good. They walk down the ramp, and right before they get to the point where it was switched to the animation of them getting into the ring, they stop, look at the chamber, like kind of sell how dangerous the thing is. Because, you know, 15 miles of steel, Michael. 15 miles of pain. This thing changes lives, Michael. You know, they sell the whole danger of the Elimination Chamber first. They walk into the ring slowly. They do whatever they do in the middle of the ring during their entrance. And then they walk out and they get into their chamber. And if there's people in the chamber already, the guy will look at the other people who are already in the chamber before he gets into his. They sell the chamber match fantastically, in my opinion. I don't know what you think, man.
No, I totally agree. I mean, again, with the looks of the game and all the nice touches to the entrances, it actually makes you want to play it again. But hopefully it runs well. When you actually do play it. Yeah,
hopefully it runs well, because the Elimination Chamber, if the Rumble's running slow, the Elimination Chamber was running like molasses. It was running slower than I do around the reservoir in Central Park. You know what I'm saying? It was going at like 5 miles per hour on a light jog. But it looked good. Also, people asking if there's new OMG animations. We didn't see any new ones, but what we did see was a slightly altered Elimination Chamber OMG. I think Bobby Roode put Neville through like the chamber at one point while we were fighting in the ring, so that was new. And you could do all the carry moves and things like that. If you're AJ Styles, you did this to me. You can actually do the phenomenal forearm from outside the chamber into the middle of the ring. I'm not sure if you could do that last year, but it works just like it does in a normal match, so that was cool.
Yes, yes.
And
I guess really the only gripe that I have is that they make the chambers like little pods, like the top part transparent.
Yeah,
it wasn't transparent when you like walk into left and right sides. Of the chamber.
The lower left and right chambers were blocking the view of everything.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they'll change that, because like when you do a cage match in the chamber itself, the chains were like translucent when you got to that area.
Yeah.
So you would think they changed that in the regular game. They should be. They should be changing that, because it made fighting on the outside of the chamber kind of hard to do. But I'll expect that to change. And yes, it is the new chamber, the brand new one with the bigger outside area. It has the new pods. It has like the plexiglass over the pods. Now, one thing I was disappointed by, like in the first chamber match in the new chamber in real life, AJ and Ambrose had like a moment where they were fighting on top of the chamber and throwing each other on the plexiglass and stuff. I was hoping that you could just walk around on the top of that pod like you could any other part and just fight on there. But in terms of climbing the chamber, it works the same way as it used to, where you could climb the side and you could like Spider-Man your way over. You could perch on top of the chamber and jump off, or you could climb the turnbuckle and turn around and climb the chamber, things like that. That works exactly the same as it used to, which isn't bad. But I was hoping you'd be able to fight like with 2 people on top of the chamber, because that would be baller right there. That would have been baller, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that like in Here Comes the Pain. Way back in the day, there was more freedom of movement on things. No, not in the chamber, but
and a couple things, there was more freedom of movement, but I mean, the chamber looked good. It's just the match ran so slow that it was really hard to get a feel for how it was working. But presentation-wise, it was on point. You had the chamber entrances. They brought back the whole thing where when the timer runs out, like the lights dim and the lights go like dung 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 dung, and then it chooses like who's coming in next. That was back in the game, and they had taken that out for a little bit. So presentation-wise, the chamber's on point. Gameplay-wise, it was running too slow for us to really get a feel for it, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah. And now, anything else we want to talk about real quick before we get to the questions and answers?
I mean, I think that's about it. I think we got pretty much everything covered. I mean, you know, hopefully they get everything kind of tweaked.
Yeah.
And they add enough. People are asking about the story mode, but you know, we didn't get. Really
we tried to prod for story mode, because you know that's what my channel is about. It's the career mode. They didn't want to give us any information for story mode. They said nah. They straight up said we don't have any information right now. They said maybe in a month or so, but when we get closer to the release, we'll start releasing more information. So nothing on that. They weren't giving me any information on new match types. They weren't giving me any information on what characters are in the game that they haven't announced yet. They will be in hush hush, all right? They will be in hush hush on all the new stuff. So what we're telling you is everything we saw. Man. So someone asked before if Baron Corbin has his new theme in. He does not have his new theme in yet. Does not. Doesn't mean it won't be in 2 months by the time the game comes out, but it was his old theme when we were playing the game. So
Yeah, so somebody else asked about Seth Rollins, if they have the Burn It Down on there.
They do not have the Burn It Down on there yet. There's no flames on the Titantron, nothing like that. It's his old entrance. It's a new entrance. They mo-capped it. It's a new entrance. It looks good. It looks really good, but it does not have the Burn It Down thing. Someone asked if AJ Styles has a new entrance. He does. They mo-capped AJ Styles' entrance again. And I think TJ Perkins did Nakamura's entrance last year. But either way, the new AJ Styles entrance looks pretty baller. It looks good. It looks good. It has all his motions and everything. He doesn't walk as weird as he used to. From what we saw, it looked fantastic. So, I'm just looking at questions. Say, any new moves that look dope? The Kingslayer looked dope. Rollins knee, the ripcord knee he does. That looked dope.
What's it called? It's like a V-trigger?
Yeah. I mean, it still looks whack compared to the V-trigger. we can't change that. But as a new move, it looked cool. It looked cool. And it had a pin animation that was really cool, too. The carry moves look cool. The new animation for the carry moves, how you can, like, change positions as you carry them. You can have them, like, carried in front of you, then throw them up to the power bomb position and things like that. That looked really cool. And I'm trying to think if there was any other new animations that we saw.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said this earlier, but they have a lot of newer, like, transition animations.
Yeah.
Like from counters, like selling, you know.
That's another thing. Some of the new selling animations look really cool.
Yeah.
Because you have some sells now, like in real life, where they'll take the back bump and then get up right away to like get into the next move, what they call the feeding system, I think they're calling it in the game. So that looked really cool. It kind of helped the flow of the match early on, where someone gets knocked down with a clothesline, they don't stay on the floor for like 8 hours, even though the match just started 2 seconds ago. so that was cool. And yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, that new RKO animation from the top rope that looked cool. It's hard. I can't remember anything specific that looked really new, but everything that was there, it looked nice. It looked very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does Seth look so pale? Like I said, for some reason, the footage that you guys are seeing and the footage that everyone's been releasing on the channels, because we all got the same footage from 2K themselves to release on our channels. It looks a lot different and a lot more washed out than the actual game we played. The game looked darker. The contrast was turned up nicely. Seth Rollins, like the whole texture of his body looks different in this footage than we saw. Yeah. I'll tell you that if you're worried about the way it looks in this video that's playing on the channel right now, the game looks better and very different in actual game when we played it. So I don't know what that's about, the new like the new textures that they're showing in these videos, but what we saw looked different and looked like the screenshots that they've been putting out. So
yes, somebody asked if Bobby Roode has a glorious DDT. He does.
Yes, he does. He has the implant DDT, and he does the full like glorious thing beforehand. He has the whole like when Bobby Roode does the spirit fingers. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's doing like that. He does glorious. They have all that. Bobby Roode was one of the best. Well, he is a new character. And he's a really good new character in the game. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Did they change the taunts up in any way?
No, it was the same as last year.
Contextual.
Contextual?
Like, I felt like when I was near the turnbuckle and I did the taunt, like they just did a turnbuckle taunt.
Yeah. That's been the same since 2K16.
Oh, okay.
We got the turnbuckle taunts. You have like the taunts that puts the crowd on your side. You have the taunts that like damages your opponent's abilities and things like that. So that the taunting is the same. Any new crowd chants? Like I said, it was really hard to hear the game, so I couldn't really hear anything in terms of crowd chants. But I'm sure there'll be some new ones in there. Glorious better be in there. The crowd better be screaming glorious every time Bobby Roode does his thing. So let's see. Is blood in the game? Yes, blood is in the game. Oh, you didn't get a chance to see it, boys, but I got a chance to see it when I came back. The match creator looks promising, man. Because I was kicking and screaming and crying that they took Match Creator out for the last 3 years. They put it back in, and it looks like they added everything they had in before, and even more if it works the same as it did in 2K14, like we enjoyed. Because in the Match Creator screen, like you had all the normal things. You could turn eliminations on in any match. So I'm assuming Fatal 4-Way elimination matches are back. You could do 2 out of 3 falls. First Blood was usable. Table match was usable. Finishers only was usable, like first one to hit a finisher wins. Knockouts were usable. In the bottom right of the match creator screen, we couldn't choose anything, by the way. It was just like all blurred out. Not blurred out, but grayed out. But we could look at it. You could choose between the old chamber and the new chamber. So if you like the old chamber, you could choose it, or you could use a new one. And you could choose between the old style cages and the new style cages. Now, I don't know if that means like the old blue cages from back in the 80s, which are baller as hell.
Yeah.
But if it is, I'll be happy about that. But also, what intrigued me, all the other stuff from Match Create in 2K14 was the same. But what was new and what intrigued me was during the Rumble match, when you look at the match options, you could change the time it took for the new entrant to come in. So, like, you can change from 60 seconds to 90 seconds to 120 seconds to make it take longer for the next guy to come in. Now, what I'm wondering is if you're doing like a six-man scramble match, can you do it so that someone new comes in every minute or every 5 minutes, just like they did the scramble matches in real life? Or, like, can we do like a fatal four-way match where someone new comes in every 3 minutes instead of everyone starting in the ring at the same time? If you're able to do that, then there's going to be a lot of customization, and it's going to be great. But like I said, we couldn't play with it, so we're just speculating. But it looked like you might be able to do something like that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility that they're being hush-hush because they're going to roll out a lot.
Yeah. There's a possibility that they're saying, I mean, the guy Mark who's there, he kept telling us that they have a lot of stuff to reveal very soon, but I'm excited to see what they're going to reveal. All right, Angel Payne says, Big Red, how's the background screen look in the main menu? So the main menu, from what we saw, was Seth Rollins doing various finishing maneuvers to people. And then when you chose what match you want to do, it like zoomed in on the Titantron, and that's where the selection screen came in. So that's all we saw. Seth Rollins doing moves, and then Titantron, that's where you selected your wrestlers. So that's what we saw.
It'd be dope if they let you do what you typically do in sports games. You could pick like a favorite wrestler.
That would be hot. You choose your favorite wrestler, and then they're the ones doing the moves to people at the title screen.
Yeah.
That would be hot as hell, man. That would be baller. I would love it if they did that. Are the reversals easier to do? They're the same, as far as I could tell. I don't know how you felt about them, but they seemed about...
They were the same. You know, it's just the only difference is the actual like moving around and striking and all that is a little faster. So that'll take a little bit a period to adjust.
Yeah.
To.
And reversing in the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber was hard because the slowdown was just... It was too much to kind of get the timing down for. So, someone said, "Does it have to be Seth Rollins?" We didn't see an option to change it while we were there, but doesn't mean that you won't be able to. So, I don't know about that one. Is Big Red in the game? I freaking wish. Big Train will be in the game after I make him. But other than that, nah. I wish one day. What happens if you get a lot of damage in the chamber? Will you rest? There was no resting mechanic in the chamber. Resting is like when you take a big move now, how they like roll out of the ring. That wasn't in the chamber, but surprisingly, it was in the Royal Rumble match. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in the Royal Rumble match, if you get hurt, like if someone does a big move to you, you will roll to the outside of the ring and like hold on to the bottom rope like Road Dogg did in the Madison Square Garden Royal Rumble. You just hold there for dear life until you're rested, and you could, just like the same thing in the triple threat matches last year, you could choose to get back in the ring faster at a deficit to your abilities, or you could choose to fully rest up and get a little bit of an ability enhancement. So the resting mechanic wasn't in the chamber, but it was in the Royal Rumble. They do roll under the ropes to rest in the Royal Rumble, which is cool. It was interesting, but it was different. All right. Will any gameplay be shown this week? I think the gameplay is supposed to come out the 24th or something like that. There's supposed to be some gameplay. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. CM Punk confirmed. Yeah, man. He was in the build of the game we were playing.
He was playing the game with us, actually.
Yeah, he came in. He beat me in the match and he hit me with a GTS. I have a black eye, but you can't see with the mask. But yeah, he's gonna be in the game. What robe was Roode wearing? He was wearing the white robe with the black trim from, I think, Toronto.
Yes.
I'm a wrestling nerd, but I don't remember that much. I think it was the white robe with the black trim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto was when we had the whole choir.
Yeah. So he was wearing that robe. So if you hold on to the ropes, is there a button race in the Royal Rumble? Yes, there is. There is button mashing, which I didn't like, but it's in the game. There's more button mashing than before, too. The stuff that wasn't button mashing before is button mashing now. So if you like button mashing, you're going to love this freaking game. The submission system was the same from last year, by the way, with the, like, spinning the circle thing. I know you love that, boys.
I lost like 2 matches to submission because I don't know what that guy was doing.
You trying to get into the circle when you're supposed to be trying to get out of it. So you kept tapping, but it's all right, man. It's all right.
And the thing is, the first time when I was trying to get into the circle, I actually lasted longer than when I was trying to avoid it the second time.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess, the whole rotating. I don't know if it's rotating and moving left or right, but it's back. Yeah. So I guess you play the game enough, you'll get used to it.
Yeah. Someone said is the Elimination Chamber entrances in different order. I don't remember what order they came in. I know you could choose random like before, but I don't remember what order they came in. If it was like the same every time or anything like that. I wasn't paying attention to that, to be honest. Did I do a buckle bomb into the barricade or the turnbuckle? We spent like a good 5 minutes trying to figure out how to do the buckle bomb. So yeah, we did it. We got it. Because you have to, like, instead of grabbing someone, you have to hold R1, then flick up on the right stick. That puts them in the power bomb position. Then you have to press L2 and square towards the turnbuckle to do a buckle bomb. So it's kind of convoluted, but it was working. It looked cool. So, anything else you see here you want to answer?
Someone asked if you could choose referees. We didn't get that option.
We didn't get that. I mean, it was in last year, so should be able to do it this year. And the referee was different. He looked sick. I don't know why, but it was like an old gray referee. He looked like he had just crawled out of bed, like they took him from the nursing home or something like that. I don't know what happened, but the new referee looked sick, but not sick as in cool, sick as in like he should be in the hospital. But he was counting that 1, 2, 3 when I pinned boy, so it was all good by me. So you know.
Do we see any legends not in the game? But we did see Kurt Angle.
Call me Kurt Angle. Yeah, we did see Kurt Angle in real life. So arenas, the only arena we had was the Raw arena. The only arena we had was the Raw arena, and then we had like a nondescript arena for the Elimination Chamber. But yeah, that's the only arena we had. How long would it take for the butt matching under the ropes? Took like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds at the most.
Yeah, it's a little quicker than you'd expect it.
Yeah, is it harder to kick out? Yes, it is harder to kick out. Cause last year when you like got hit with a big move, the second kick out opportunity, like right before the 3 count, was always in the same spot every time. So that's why I was the king of kickouts. I was able to hit that spot most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh. This year, when you get hit with a big move, the kick out spot is in a different spot every time. So you're really gonna have to pay attention and get those reflexes working because it's gonna move on you. It ain't gonna be what you expected. So it was harder to kick out than it was before. That's for sure. When you get eliminated, will you get an animation complaining? Yes. Yeah. You get an animation complaining that you got eliminated, and then it takes you longer to get out of like the way than it did before. The people take a long time to walk to the back now in the build that we were playing.
Yeah, someone asked if TJP was in the game. How was the entrance and all that? I mean, we fought against him. I don't think we stuck around to see it.
I was able to see his entrance with someone else playing. Yeah. It's the same as in real life. He has the whole like video game build up, the whole music, everything. He comes out, he does the freaking dab and everything. It's his entrance like it is in real life, and I think he mocapped it himself. So it looked good. It looked good. Does that mean that we still can't choose any arenas for the Rumble or the Chamber? I don't know, man. I do not know. I know the Rumble that we were doing was in the Raw arena, so I'm not sure. But the Chamber was in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber arena, so I don't know if that means that you can't choose arenas. But can you jump off the stage? I would assume so. I would assume so. We didn't really fight up the stage.
They had the ability, I think you were telling me, you could jump off like the Titantron or something like that, right?
Yeah, well, it says one new ability in the skills list for AJ Styles was Truss Diver, which was a backstage thing. So there's a truss. A truss is usually like some sort of beam or like those steel things that like Shane McMahon likes to climb up all the time. Yeah. You could jump off of that somewhere backstage. And also backstage things, there was car finishers, there was car divers, there was semi-truck finishers, and there's semi-truck diver. So somewhere in the backstage area, there's going to be a parking lot with a car, a semi-truck, and you're going to be able to slam people through it and all that good stuff. And there's going to be a truss somewhere that you can jump off of. So, and Mark, who we were talking to, he told specifically, it's like, yeah, all the things you guys wanted in the backstage stuff, we knew, we saw what you guys wanted. We got a lot of that stuff in the game now. So he was being hush-hush. He kept it mum. But he told us that there's a lot of stuff in the game in terms of backstage assaults that we wanted that are in the game now. And he was excited about it. So new weapons, we didn't see any new weapons. The match that we got to play was a regular one-on-one match, and you could grab chairs and stuff from under the ring, but it was like the same as like the sledgehammer, baseball bat chair, things like that. So, does blood look the same? Blood was off in our version of the game.
Yeah, we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
any color.
Yeah. How challenging is the AI? It was stuck on normal, so not that challenging at all. So I can't really tell you. We couldn't change the difficulty on it. Let's see. Let's look through your questions real quick. Keep asking questions. We'll be here for like another 5 minutes, guys. 'Cause we gotta get ready for SummerSlam.
Yes, sir.
So we didn't see anything for career mode. They didn't give us any information about career mode. We didn't get any information about creating characters or anything like that. So I can't answer stuff about that. Neville looked good. Neville looked like heel king of the cruiserweights. Neville. He had the beard. He had the new hair. He had the new entrance. He had that pyro. He had new animations where he just looked angry all the damn time. He looked good. He looked good. Is it TJP or TJ Perkins? He's TJP in the game. Anything else you see here, boys?
Did we go into the crowd? I don't think we went to the crowd, but someone else. We were watching someone else play go into the crowd.
Yeah, we saw people fighting. It was pretty much the same as last year. I think they said that the crowd area is going to be bigger, but I didn't see anything while we were playing that would say that it was bigger. And like no one went in the bottom half of the crowd when we were playing and things like that. But yeah. Someone asked, how was the pre-match and post-match attacks? We saw. Well, I saw it. I don't know if you saw it, boys.
I think I did one by mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. So boys attacked me pre-match by mistake, and that was the same as last year. How I was walking, and then the dude like struts out. It looked like he just used the bathroom or something like that, and then he runs down the ramp and attacks you. So that was the same as last year. But I know they said there's going to be different ones. Like they said that there's going to be like mid-match attacks where like in real life where someone's theme just starts playing, and then the guy gets distracted, and then the other guy like goes for a roll-up behind him and things like that. But we didn't see that, but I did see when I went back into to play the game with like Tubby Emu and things like and people like that. We did see a new animation. I think it was Tubby versus Tony Pizza Guy, and I was watching their match, and they were doing Cena versus AJ Styles, and I can't remember which one was which, but it doesn't like matter for this. But some new thing happened where whoever was playing as Cena had knocked down AJ, and he was like in the knockout stage. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, like they stopped. Randy Orton's music hit. The camera cut to Randy Orton on the stage, right? Yeah. He came out and he walked out. The animation of him walking out looked mad weird because he was like his shoulders were forward or something. He looked like he was in Gears of War. I don't know what the hell was going on, but he was walking like he came straight out of Harlem. Like he was mad hood with his freaking strut. He walked to the ring, and Cena's just looking at him like, yo, like what the hell's going on here? Randy Orton rolled into the ring. RKO'd the hell out of him, just like straight up, just rolled into the ring, RKO'd, left, and then AJ Styles crawled over and put his arm over him for a pin, which was baller. I didn't expect to see that. I knew that there was new animations for interferences. I didn't expect to see it, but the way they did that, how he just walked in the ring, RKO'd him, and then left, was fantastic. I love that. I love that. So that was real cool. That was real cool. Did Neville have the Rings of Saturn? Yes, he did. He had the Rings of Saturn, and he had the Red Arrow as his finishers. Yeah, I'm looking here. Can you fight outside the arena, like in the parking lot? The things we saw would they would imply that there is like a parking lot somewhere, but we weren't able to do it in the modes that we were able to play. So let's see. Anything else you want to talk about, boys, before we get out of here?
In terms of the game, I mean, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we could say.
Someone says Bray's still ugly. We didn't get to see him in the game, but he looked mad cool in real life. He walked by us, and he's a lot taller than I expected him to be.
He's
freaking like he's a good 6'4", 6'5". He was a big dude. Did Roode have the multiple glorious DDT? He did not. He just did one glorious DDT when we were watching. It says new finish in the game. Yes, the King Slayer is in the game, the ripcord knee, and it has a pin animation too. So that is in the game. Let's see. We didn't get to see anything for Creative Superstar, so I can't answer anything about that. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it for our first impressions, guys. And so we got to play a good like 4 or 5 matches, so we got a good feel for the game. I wish that the Elimination Chamber was running okay, because that's like one of my favorite modes. But from what we played in slow motion, it looked good. Rumble looked good. I just hate that you get eliminated so easily, because you can get eliminated like 18 different ways now, and you can't even fight back. And you can just get eliminated with a straight Irish whip now. So that's going to be interesting if they don't change that. The one-on-one felt fantastic. Entrances looked fantastic. Was there any talk about camera editing? We didn't get anything about that. We did not get anything about that. What are the weight classes about? It's the same as the years previous, where people of different weight classes will have a harder time doing certain moves to people of higher weight classes. So, like, TJP isn't going to be able to carry around the Big Show with carry moves. Things like that. So that's what the weight classes are about. There was no real new camera angles. There was one new camera angle where when someone comes out on the entrance stage, the camera was more higher and like at an angle. It's hard to describe. You kind of have to see it. But it wasn't like that straight to the left camera that they used to be using. It was more like an oblique, like offset camera, which looked cool. It gave you a good shot of the LEDs on the stage, so I like that. Any new weapons? We didn't get to see any new weapons. Is there GM or career mode? We didn't get to see it. Is there a Super AA? Yes, there is. But
should be. I mean, if you could do RKO from the top ropes, it should be a Super AA.
I know it was a secret animation in 2K17, so I would assume it's in 16. I mean, it will be in 18. But we didn't get to see it when we played. Just answering real quick. My bad to keep it weighing, boys.
No. I'm good.
Yeah, we didn't get to see a Super AA, but I hope it's in the game. I hope it's in the game. The new titles look good. They look really good. The Cruiserweight title and the NXT title, they had some weight to them. They were big. They look like they were made out of leather, not of plastic. The titles look really good.
Yeah, I think we also saw the U.S. Championship.
Yeah, and the U.S. Championship looked really good around AJ's waist. The titles look fantastic. Oh, also, when they get into the chamber, they like hand the title to the ref when the champion. Oh, yeah. That looked fantastic. I love that. I love that. Can Apollo Crews do his finisher to the Big Show? Maybe. Usually when they do that whole weight class thing, finishers aren't affected by it, but I can't tell you for sure. Any notable ultimate control and carry moves? Just the ones you guys have seen from the IGN preview. You could like put people up in the powerbomb position, the scoop slam position, the fallaway slam position, or just like the fireman's carry position. And just carry people around like that. So those are the 4 that were in the game when we saw it. No, any new oh my god moments? We saw a couple that were implied in the abilities list for people, but we didn't get to actually see them in action. Like there was diving off of cars, trucks, trusses, a lot of backstage stuff that we saw, but nothing that we can actually see in the game. Do you think the difficulty will give you a challenge? Give me a challenge? I mean, they have to make the game a lot harder. I mean, Boyce is really good at the game, and he doesn't play it that often.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boys, when I play Boys, he gives me more of a challenge in the game than the AI does by far. And he like hardly plays it. So I'm hoping that they have a harder difficulty, but it was on normal difficulty when we played, and we couldn't change it, so I can't tell you. Can you put them in a choke slam position? No one, when we were watching, was able to do that. So, any showcase mode? No info on that. What was the start of the game looking like? It was just Seth Rollins doing moves to people, and then it zoomed in on the Titantron. Is James Ellsworth in the game? Probably. I hope so. That'll make the challenge a lot easier.
What weight class will he be? Will he be in the women's division?
He should be in the women's division. He should be in the jobber weight class, where like you just touch him and he crumbles. That would be good. The game comes out October 17th for early release. You can get it 4 days early, or you can get it 4 days later if you don't want to pay the extra $10. And that's in the U.S. I'm not sure if it's a different release date elsewhere.
Yeah. There's so many arenas in the game. Somebody asked how many arenas did you see in the game?
Yeah, we just saw the Raw Arena. We saw the Elimination Chamber Arena for the Elimination Chamber, and they use the Raw Arena for the Royal Rumble too. So nothing in that regard. Any changes to the basic controls other than adding the carry maneuvers and adding a couple more situations where you could go for a surprise pin? No real changes to the controls other than that. And like the new ways you could eliminate people in the Royal Rumble. Those were the only changes that we saw. Does a reversal bar fill up faster in 2K17? Actually, Boyce mentioned this and I didn't realize it. It fills up slower.
It takes a long time.
You were playing as Randy Orton and the reversal bar was taking forever to refill. Like a really long ass time. So I don't know if that's just the build we played or if it's based on your character's abilities. But Randy Orton, and you guys can actually see it in the gameplay now, you can see how slow the reversal bar is filling back up. So I don't know how that's going to play into matches, but yeah, it takes a lot longer for the reversals to come back. Does controlling the superstars feel different? It felt more responsive in the build we played in one-on-one matches. It felt like you could hit people from a lot of more angles, and like when you actually did something, it like came out like you wanted it to. So I'll say that much. Can you still do finishes on tables? Yes, you can. There's still OMGs on tables. What else? How badass did the Rumble arena look like? We couldn't even see it. The Rumble literally loaded straight into the match with 2 people in the ring. And then when the new superstars came out, it didn't cut to the entrances of them, so we couldn't see at the arena during the Rumble at all. So yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, we probably answered them. And there's like a whole hour that we did. I thought we were going to do 20 minutes, but we kind of got into it. Yeah. So if you want like an hour first impression of the game from what we played, just watch the video on demand when I put it up, and you'll be able to see all that. Are the Singh brothers in the game? I have no clue. I doubt it, but we didn't get a chance to see anyone other than the 10 people that you guys have seen us talk about before. What do corner eliminations do? It's the same thing as before, just with button mashing now. How do you do the grapple thing? You press R1 and you flick the right stick to do the new grapples for the carry animations. Can you break announce tables with basic moves? We couldn't in the build that we played. Does the crowd say John Cena sucks? We couldn't hear it. Royal Rumble in Texas? It didn't say it at all. You could spam strikes until the reversal is out. Yeah, kinda. Kinda made reversing hard if you use them like early. I know you had a problem with that, boys. You were like, damn, how long does it take for this reversal to come back?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is. So that's something to keep in mind.
In the trailer, Cena's gut-wrench suplex didn't make a noise. Was that a feature? I don't think that was a feature, but like I said, we couldn't really hear the game, so it's hard to say. Is the Crimson Chin Great Khali in the game? He wasn't in the game that we played. How does the loading screen look like? The loading screen was just like a blurred out version of the ring with like a loading bar on the bottom, which I'm pretty sure is a placeholder. That's not going to be the final loading screen. Can you tag team with someone in the Rumble? No. That might be something in Universe mode where tag teams don't go after each other, which I would actually love if they did that, but it wasn't something that we saw in the game that we played. Is Aleister Black in the game? Probably, but we didn't see him. What about the Hardys? We didn't see them. All we know about the roster is what IGN released earlier this week, the 47 characters they reviewed, and the 10 characters we got to play as. So I think the only new characters in the game that we play with TJP and Bobby Roode. So it's 8 in the Rumble now. It's not 6. It's 8 people in the ring now. I'm assuming that you're going to be able to do 4v4 elimination matches. Yeah, just one last time. In the version you guys are seeing on screen, on like Denk's channel and Delzinski's channel, Seth's model looks really bad. It looked really good in the game that we played. I don't know why his texture is different in the videos they released this weekend, but in the game, he looked like the pictures that they released last week, where like he's tanned, he's ripped, he got the hair all over him. I'm sorry, I'm mad erotic right now, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. He looked good. He looked a lot better. The game overall looked a lot better than what you guys are seeing right now on the screen.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys.
Don't worry.
It's probably just like an older game with the footage that you guys are seeing, but what we saw in person looked really good. Yeah. Looked really something disastrous. Disastrous would have to happen for the game to come out and look the way that it does in this footage that you guys are seeing. But again, in person, it looked great.
It looked great, yeah. The shaders looked a lot different than the footage you guys are seeing right now. What did Bobby Roode look like? He looked glorious. He looked like Bobby Roode. Honestly, his robe looked fantastic. His entrance was on point. His model looked great. His animations were great. It was great. Can you walk between the pods and the turnbuckle? Yes, you can. Can you help someone in the Rumble? Yes, you can. Ladder matches were off limits. We couldn't do any of that, so can't help you with that. Will I be on the cover of 2K18? They sent the contract over earlier. They're not paying me enough money yet, though, so we're working on it. It's being negotiated. But new Rings of Saturn, it looked like a new... You know what? I've never even seen the Rings of Saturn in the game, really. So I can't tell you for sure, but the animation looked like it did, like he does in real life with the arm behind the head, so yeah. I can't really tell you. The bar would start very small. Last second, the bar would get bigger. Yeah. That sometimes the bar would get bigger after pins. I'm not sure if that was like a feature, but that does happen. You guys can see it in the video. Any career mode? No. How long did the matches last? What do you say? Like, I mean, we kind of elongated the matches just so we could play it more.
Yeah, they were also a little bit short. Like the singles match we had didn't last too long.
It could have been done in like 5 minutes if we really wanted it to be. So I don't know if that's like gonna be in the main game or if that's just because it was a demo, but it didn't last too long. But we didn't do it quick because we were playing the game, man. We were trying to check out all the different animations and things. So But yeah, the matches were short. Am I happy that King isn't in the game anymore? No, because I can't say I know I'm the best Jerry anymore. Now I gotta say like I'm the best Byron or something. It's not gonna be the same. What happens if someone's on the top turnbuckle in the Rumble? Can you eliminate them? Well, we didn't see it happen. I didn't see it happen. So I'm not saying you can or can't. I just didn't see it happen. No career mode. We didn't get to play any career mode. Do they have first blood match? Yes, they did. The match creator is back and is exactly the same as it was in 2K14, plus a couple of new options that we weren't able to tinker with. But if you like match creator in 2K14, if they let you do the same things that they did back then in this new game, it's gonna be fantastic. Are we going to SummerSlam? No. Can more than 2 players go backstage? No backstage stuff. We couldn't play any backstage stuff. What does Samoa Joe look like? He looked like Samoa Joe. What is that?
I mean, if we were going to SummerSlam, we better book it.
Yeah. It starts in literally 5 minutes, so we would have been gone already. But yeah, can Kylie use his chin as a finisher? Maybe, if you make him. But yeah, guys, SummerSlam is starting right now. We're going to head out of here real quick. We just wanted to come on and give you our hands-on impressions of the game, answer the questions you guys had. So I hope you guys enjoyed like not one-on-one, but a 2-man discussion of how the game played. What we played was an early build, so I'm sure a lot of things will change. So don't take like everything we say to heart, because it's still 2 months before the game comes out. And I'm sure the build we played was even from like probably 3 or 4 months ago on top of that. So a lot of stuff can change. But from what we played, the game was good. The game was good. The create stuff, the match creator looked good. The new backstage stuff that was implied looked good. The graphics looked good. The Elimination Chamber looked good. Boys, what else looked good? Savron's hair looked good. His chest hair looking good. I was looking good. Boys was looking good. Everyone was looking good, man. Everyone was looking. The whole thing was looking good. All right, whole thing's looking good. Is mixed tag available? We couldn't do it in the game, in the version that we played. So, is there a creative show option? The only things we got to see was options, matches, and exit. That's all we got. That's all we got. So, you know what? That's gonna be it. SummerSlam is starting, so I want everyone to enjoy that. It should be a good show. Hopefully, it's a good show.
It's gonna be a long show.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad long. I gotta get freaking popcorn ready for this. But 2K18 is coming out in 2 months. We got a chance to play it. Hope you guys enjoyed our first impressions. That was everything I remember, so I hope we were able to answer your question if we could. But yes, you can reverse the Irish whip into another Irish whip. I did that a couple times in matches. But if you miss anything, just feel free to rewind it. There's like an hour's worth of us talking about the game, so I'm sure we answer your question. If you didn't get a chance to see us answer it while you're watching live, just rewind it, watch it. I'm sure we answered everything you guys wanted us to. So, first impression, boys, I was having fun. Looking forward to trying the final version. Hopefully it's good. What about you?
Yes, sir. Feel the same way. In-ring gameplay, fantastic, a lot of fun. And we're really hoping that they throw the kitchen sink on this one in terms of game modes, match types, and really deliver with the story mode. I mean, they're keeping that close to the chest, so maybe they're going to surprise us with something cool.
Man, I'm hoping so. The foundation that they have is fantastic. Like I said, 2K17 in-game is one of my favorite wrestling games. It's just everything around it was kind of disappointing. But if they keep that foundation, add on top of that, and then give us a good career mode and some good universe stuff, 2K18 is going to be a real good game. It's going to be a real good game. And like I said, the version that we played didn't look as washed out. Like, you're looking at Seth Rollins right now, he just looks like anemic or something. I don't know what's going on. He didn't look like that in the version we played. His texture was a lot better. It's a lot better. So don't worry about that. Don't take what you're seeing over the weekend to heart. The game that we played at the event, and all the other YouTube creators will tell you that it looked a lot better than what we saw.
Yes.
I mean, it looked a lot better than what we're seeing right here. So, all right. So everyone have a good Sunday. Enjoy SummerSlam. Enjoy Game of Thrones if you haven't seen it yet. We'll be back tomorrow with some more, probably some Madden, maybe some more 2K18 stuff. If there's any other things I remember that I didn't get a chance to talk about. But either way, I want to say thank you guys for support as always. If you like the video, please feel free to hit that like button with a conviction. Subscribe if you want to see more, because there's plenty more on the way. Boys, got anything to say, man?
Enjoy SummerSlam. Hope you guys had a fun time watching NXT TakeOver yesterday. It was baller. And hopefully SummerSlam lives up to the hype or the expectations. And thank you guys for passing by. And thank you, Big Red, for inviting me.
Hey, thank you for dropping on, man. Sorry I didn't let you talk that much, but I was remembering I was remembering everything. I wanted to get it out.
No,
all right. See you dudes later, all right? Peace.